morning. Good morning to you. Little sister's here. You ready to go? I don't know what's going on today. We got some storms moving in. I know that we have friends that are towards the northeast Ohio area. My God, I'm really praying for your safety. Anybody who is in the path of those terrible tornadoes last night, sending you all the most positive energy I can possibly send out to you in abundance because, oh man, I was sick at my stomach last night when I heard about the tornadoes that were tearing through. It's scary. It is scary. You know, that these tornadoes went through the city. My God. And I really haven't seen a whole lot on network. Well, I don't watch network TV, but I mean I just haven't seen a whole lot posted up about it yet today. So praying for the best for everybody, really hoping for your safety, and just that everything's okay. You know, not only that, but my God, the flooding victims too. So much flooding going on out there. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing, Mara and Todd? Welcome. Welcome. This little sister of the earth right in the middle of Missouri. Just coming at you live. We do a lot of talk on here. We talk about metaphysical things. We talk about spirit. I'm a spiritualist, a Reiki master, so just really sending out all that good energy to everybody. And good morning to all my friends as well. Good morning to all of you. It's good to have you with me. Oh man, I tell you, I'm nervous today. I'm really jumpy, and I think it's because we are expected to be in the path of those really strong, dangerous storms today, and with the way the weather has been lately, you know, we don't know. My God, nobody knows what's going to happen next. You know, I was watching some weather report last night, and Colorado had blizzard warnings going on. They had a winter storm warning. The Midwest has floods going on. Ohio had tornadoes. And the Southeast has drought and heat wave. 90-degree temperatures from not even from one coast to the other. You know, there's still some distance from Colorado to the ocean, right? Just insane. So, you know, but be prepared. Don't be scared. Don't be running around like a chicken with your head cut off whenever it's time to act, whenever something dangerous is coming your way. You know, pray always for fair warning so you have time to get to where you need to be that's safe. But I'm telling you, every day something is getting worse, and it's really disheartening. But not only that, it super reinforces the need to be prepared for any possible thing that can happen. Anything can happen right now in our whole world. Do you know I even read just a little blurb that a volcano is forming off of New Jersey, out in the ocean. Get out of town. A volcano? Really? You know, maybe that's what those little earthquakes in that part of the country is from. If there really is a volcano forming out in the ocean off of New Jersey. So that's something interesting to check out. And I'll be looking for more information on that one. So the world is turning, that is for sure. You know, and I'm not trying to be all doom and gloom. I'm really not. I'm not. But it's hard. It's so hard to be, you know, everything's all love and light and everything's cool. The world is a beautiful place. You know, the sun is shining. The sun might be shining, but your living room might be in 4 feet of water. Oh, man. So what is going on today with people? You guys all having a good day? Pam said, I woke up in a rage today and I'm doing my best to figure out why. Right, Sheila? Sheila said she didn't hear about that volcano forming off of New Jersey. Just check it out. Just check it out. Google that. And there's not very much information on it, I'll tell you that, but it's just a little bit. Man, Pam said I woke up in a rage and I'm doing my best to figure out why. You must have been dreaming bad, girl. I hate it when I wake up in a bad mood. I really do. Because then I wonder, what the heck? Was it solar flares? You guys sound like me. Solar flares done it. But you know what? They were talking about the correlation between a solar flare, a coronal mass ejection, even a little bitty one, and earthquakes. And they said that the time lag is 1 hour, which you used to think that because when the sun erupts, it blows out a wave of energy. And that wave of energy is going out and it's going to hit whatever planet's in its path. And scientists used to think that it was a 3-hour window from the time the sun blew off a CME until the earth felt the effects. But now they're discovering that initial shock wave is only 1 hour away. 1 hour. We used to think we had 3 hours of time. If the sun did something spectacular and we needed to get someplace really, really safe, like underground, we'd have a 3-hour window to do it. Now we're finding out that no, it's not. It's not a 3-hour window anymore. And you know that round of solar flares that we had coming across the face of the sun, and they all turned towards the sun's eastern limb and went around to the backside? They're still going. They're on the backside of the sun, so they're not in any direction that we are. But they can tell that those flares are still popping off because it's about time for them to rotate into the earth-facing side. And what they're seeing is a lot of corona, a lot of extra sunlight on that limb of the sun. So they know that those solar flares never really calm down. But it was very interesting how when they were directly earth-facing, I didn't expect them to disappear, did you? They just dissolved. And then they bloomed back up again when they were on the other side of the sun, the other side away from earth-facing. So, but we're learning about how the sun affects our Earth's weather. The solar weather affects the Earth quickly. 1 hour. 1 hour. That magnitude 8 earthquake that hit in Peru was directly affected. It was created by that little pop off from the sun, blew off that energy, and where it hit at on the earth was the pinpoint of where the earthquake hit was the pinpoint of where the solar energy was at its strongest. So pretty interesting stuff there. Pretty interesting stuff. So I haven't really been watching the news, haven't been watching the world. I had a super busy weekend and going to have a busy day today as well. And so I was just wondering what's going on in the news. What's going on in your neighborhood? Type it up there. Tell me what's going on in your neck of the world because I'm really curious. I'm curious as what's going on. Anybody heard anything? I got to be in the know too. I can't just be all the news. You guys got to share what you know. Share your knowledge. Share your knowledge. I'm in kind of a weird mood myself today. I was outside doing my morning good morning to the sunshine and saying my prayers and doing a little bit of quick meditation, just grounding. And there were people playing with their dogs over in the kennel. And, I burn sage when I do my morning prayers. And so I just didn't feel comfortable to fully ground. And so I'm still I'm getting there. I'm almost grounded. I almost feel it. But when you ground, when you really connect and ground, it's like poof, you really do know it. You feel it in your whole body. You feel connected. You feel connected to the earth as well as to spirit, and you feel like, and I don't know if this is true for everybody, but I know that I often feel like I think more clearly. I can make more correct decisions, correct for whatever my needs are at the time. I just, and things flow much smoother after I ground in the morning. Things flow much smoother. My whole life does. Even the dogs are chill. And that's always good. That's always good. When the dogs can just relax and rest and have a good day, but not be ornery, that's always good. My dog piddled in the house today, first time in a long time, but it was very disappointing, I might add. But she's getting better. She is getting so much better about holding her bladder. Dearest you, reading from Colette Baron Reed's Postcards from Spirit. Absolutely the best oracle deck I've ever had. But really, I don't think they're oracles. I think they are more of a inspirational, daily, uplifting message from Spirit, and it always touches hearts, touches minds. Dearest you, everything is in divine order. Even in chaos, there's order, and we are always in awe of this. For you, though, on your human journey, things can get disorganized in your mind and physical reality. You need to get rid of the clutter. Whether it be too many stories in your mind, too many what ifs, or fearful thoughts of the past or future. Instead, focus on the now. Focus on the now. Empty your mind. Clean your house and throw out any object that tells you an uncomfortable story. Wow. Discern what you have. Sort, purge, clear, and organize. We want you to have spaces to fill with something better. Spirit loves a vacuum as it gives space for brilliant new energy. Let go of what is not serving you and give order to what remains. See them, know their value. Your soul needs organization in order to keep your connection to us and to Spirit free of distraction. Your soul needs organization in order to keep your connection to us and to Spirit free of distraction. You're so adored by so many, and we hope that you really know that. Wow. I haven't heard this card in a long time. It's been a while, hasn't it? Everything is in divine order, and even in chaos, there is order. People start their spring cleaning this time of year. My grandmother and my aunts used to be my great aunts. And well, my aunt Deanna too. She did her best. With 5 kids, it's hard. Thank you. But what Spirit is saying is very, very true. You know how I tell you that if you're in disarray, that it spills out into your life? If your body, mind, and spirit aren't in order, if they're not in balance, that it spills out into your life in other diverse ways, really diverse ways, really crazy ways sometimes. But it still shows. It shows. When you're in chaos, everything around you is in chaos. And so Spirit is absolutely right on the money when they say to purge, clear, throw things out that make you feel uncomfortable or give you an uncomfortable memory. If they aren't for your, good morning, Deborah, if they are not for your highest and greatest good, then they do not need to be in your life, whether it is an object, a thing, a person, even a family member. Because we are born into a set family does not mean that that's the perfect paradise for us to exist in. And we are so, we are so concerned and we are so troubled by keeping the family at peace, making peace in the family, respecting those who deserve the respect. But the thing is, the key word is they deserve the respect, because not everybody that we give honor and respect to are honorable and respectful people. If they don't honor you for who you are, if they're constantly berating you, constantly tearing you down, it doesn't matter who they are. They're not in your life for your greatest good, your highest and greatest good. They're not there for that. What they're there for is for you to be their punching bag. And you to, right, Julie? And it's the hardest thing in the world. And so just because these are people that you were born to, or the family that you were born into, does not mean that you do not deserve to break away from that for a time and let things settle. But Julie, really, if you can possibly get away from that situation, get out. And don't worry that that's my dad, or that's my mom, or that's my brother, or my sister, or my aunt. It is someone in your life who is not honoring you for your highest and greatest good. If they're constantly berating you and constantly tearing you down, you need to be someplace where you can be lifted up. But first, I really think that your soul has to heal from that. And so you need a time away. You need a time, I would like to call it of isolation. You need a time of isolation, but it's not really being isolated. It is isolating yourself away from those things that are bringing you down, that are holding you down. Because I know your spirit wants to fly. I know your spirit wants to soar. There's so many things. There's so much good in this world and so much beauty. And when we are in darkness, when we are someplace that is not in agreement with our spirit, when we are in addiction, no matter what kind of addiction it is, it doesn't matter. Addiction is addiction is addiction. It's a compelling desire to consume that idea or that object or that person. When you are anywhere that doesn't bring you delight, and delight all of your senses, your eyes and your ears, the smells of good food around, the sound of nature, or of good company and laughter and music. If you don't see beauty in your surroundings, then you need to find someplace that supports you and allows you to experience the beauty that the world has to offer. You deserve that. You deserve that more than you ever know. You worked hard. You've worked hard your whole life. And I bet you banged your head and you fought your whole life too, just to stand where you're standing. And still, it's not enough to others. It has to be enough for you, or enough to you. You have to be able to be satisfied with yourself, but then you also have to want more. You can't just accept things as they are if you want your life to change. If you want your life to change, you have to be willing to jump in with both feet and hit the ground running. Whether you're running away to something better, or whether you're running for your life. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're not where you should be in your life. It shows. And it shows around you too. It shows in everything that you do. Can't help that. We reflect who we are to the world. We reflect how we feel about ourselves to the world. And we reflect to the world how others make us see ourselves. And instead, what we need to show the world, the part that we need to be reflecting to the world, is the part that says, this is the true me. This is who I am. And I honor that in myself. And I love that about myself, that this is who I am. You know, it's funny, I identify stronger to the name Little Sister of the Earth than I do to my given name. And why is that? I don't know. There's a lot of negativity in my life associated with my given name. Not in my recent life, but in my young life. You know, and I've let go of so much, just like you have. You know, there's so many things that we have to let go of in order to continue on, to continue forward. And if you're carrying somebody else's load, give it back to them. Don't carry their burdens. Don't carry their loads. You know, we can for a short time to allow to have that person rest and regain a sense of self, a sense of who they are. But then they have to take their burdens back, because carrying our own burdens, going through the hell that we have to go through to be able to stand, is what makes us strong. You know, you can't not do 200 push-ups a day and have shoulders out here. You know, you can't not exercise and feed your body if you want to have huge muscles and you want to look good. You have to do it, right? You have to be proactive. It is in the same thing in every aspect of our lives. We have to be proactive. We have to take care of ourselves first. You know, when you get on a plane and talking about the mask dropping down, and if you have small children or someone who's infirm with you, to put your mask on first and then help them put theirs on. There's a reason for that. If you're struggling, putting their masks on them first, taking care of those people around you first, you're dead and on the floor because you didn't get any oxygen, because you didn't take care of yourself first. There's nothing selfish in making sure that you have all that you need to sustain your life, and no matter what that life is. You know, it's wrong if you take from somebody else that doesn't deserve it. You know, if you take from somebody that doesn't owe you or doesn't freely wish to give to you, that's wrong. But so is giving to other people before you care for self. That's also wrong. It really is. It's wrong. Because we need to have our strength too. You know, we need to prepare ourselves as much as we need to help other people prepare for whatever trials it is in their lives. And you can carry other people's burdens, but you only carry them for a short time, and then you really do give them back and say, this is yours, babe. I can't keep carrying this for you. You have to carry it. You know, whether it is find another way to make that extra $25 a month so you can pay all of your rent on time and not have to keep coming back saying, hey, I need $25 to cover my rent. You know, figure out where you're going to get that $25 from, because this is the last time you're getting it from me. So do something, whether you have to work another 3 hours at your job to get that extra $25 on your paycheck, or if you might think about getting an extra job part-time, you know, 2 or 3 nights a week so you can cover that rent. But this rent coverage is over. Oh. Yeah, Julie said, I have found out how they treat me when I stop doing for them. And that's the thing, is that, and they don't do it to be mean. You know, people are not, they don't try to be selfish. I don't think most people, it's their goal to be selfish. I think for most people, it's so much easier when somebody else does it for them, isn't it? Isn't it so much easier to pay your bills if somebody else will do it for you, especially out of their checking account? No worry, no hurry. Pay them on your own time, baby. I know you got that covered. That's all right. Yeah, they're users, but like I said, I don't think people intentionally begin as users, but we allow them to take from us, each one of us individually, because that same person who's used you and treated you crappy after you stopped helping them with whatever was you gave to them all the time, when they turned around and started treating you poorly because you stopped carrying that burden for them, I don't know. I'm not going to say they're going to go and find somebody else to do it for them, but there's a good chance that they will. People just get used to it, and people get lazy. People get lazy. And some people, it's a game. I've seen especially guys, and this is not talking bad about the men, but certain personalities, and there are women the same way, but there are certain personalities who do enjoy playing this game of I wonder what I can get from you. And they work it around and they squirm it around, and pretty soon you've paid the whole damn bill when first they said, "Hey, I'll take you out to dinner," or "Let's go to dinner." And then you go to dinner, and halfway through dinner, you're splitting the bill, and then by the end of the meal, you've got the whole thing. And they're just smiling, going, "I did it again. I got him to pay that bill. I didn't have to pay anything for my meal." You know? So some people, it is a game, and they do see, they get as much as they can from everybody around them. I call them vampires, users, suckers, whatever. They tend to leech off people. But at some point in your life, you were a victim. You were their sucker. Because you don't see it coming. And sometimes you don't see it when you're standing in the middle of it. But when you're on the outside edge, or when you're neck deep and you're looking around, and you're going, "This isn't my shit." Who does this belong to? Because it's not mine and I want out of it. Well, that's when the real party begins, huh? Let's pull another card. I dropped half the deck on the floor, so pardon me. Sorry about that. Let's pull another card, see what's going on. What else does Spirit have to say today? I can really tell my allergies are kicking this morning. I didn't take any Claritin, and I can feel it right here. But I noticed that whenever I take my Claritin, doesn't matter what the weather's like outside, I'm feeling pretty good. Julie says I'm still giving and caring. I won't let them change that part of me. I'm just paying attention now. That's all you can ask for, Julie. It's all you can ask for. And ask Spirit to give you more discernment along with that knowledge and wisdom that they give you. Ask them to help you see it coming before you get hit in the face with it, right? See it coming. Open my eyes so that I can see what's coming and avoid any pitfalls. They can't do it all for us, but they can. They can and do help us by, I don't know, just giving us little boosts, little spiritual pick-me-ups. Speaking of a spiritual pick-me-up, is this a pick-me-up or spanking? Let's find out. Sometimes we get a spiritual spanking, and they're not a lot of fun. They're not a lot of fun. Right, Julie? Right. Julie says, I have, and they do. Dearest you, we're a chatty bunch over here, always talking about how to support you in your life's journey. We communicate to you through the language of oracles, dreams, signs, metaphors, and omens. In your life on earth, however, clarity in your communication is essential to being understood. You don't speak in symbols, and if you did, you would certainly confuse things. Right now, you're facing a situation in which you're asked You're being asked to have integrity. Be clear and learn how to ask for your needs to be met. The first step is to admit out loud. First step, admit out loud that you have needs. The second is to ask out loud for them to be met. And the third is to allow the other person, organization, or even us to answer you. When you follow these steps, you can most definitely expect an answer in your favor. Affirmative, we say. Loving you so very, very much. Nice. Nice. And you know, I still, people really don't understand. We don't understand how much the vibrations of our bodies and our voices and our energies affect those around us in close proximity, but also on the other side of the world with the thought. How many times have you thought of somebody and the phone rang and it was them? And wanting the same thing. Hey, thought I'd come over for a little while. Oh, I was thinking about coming over to your place. Well, come on over here. We can do this, we can do that, we can do some running, whatever. We can hang out for a while. How many times has that happened to you? Many, I would say, many times through your life. And that's spirit just letting us know. They're trying to get us together, right? But our energies, when we send them out, it is so important. And I was talking to a friend of mine, a new friend of mine yesterday. And she was considering how she kept saying, I'm studying witchcraft now. And that's cool. I got no problem with that. I don't judge. I don't judge at all. Not my thing anymore. But I also have studied witchcraft before in my life. I don't study it, I guess that's why I said not my thing anymore. Because I don't read the books about it anymore. I feel like I understand it well enough. But what she was studying the witchcraft for was the understanding, to understand how to use the words to get what you want. I don't think really that, there's a lot of reasons that one would study witchcraft. There's a lot of reasons. It's an alternative religion, for one thing. It's very spiritual. It's very connected to nature and to the earth, as well as to the spirit realm. But just the understanding alone that the words that we use, the vibrations that we send out, are what comes back to us. It's what we receive. We send out energy and we receive that energy back. And that energy usually is stronger when it comes back to us. Because, it's picking up speed. "333 is on his way, huh? Nice, Julie. She said, I've been seeing 333, so I know that what I've asked for is on its way. Nice. Nice. And always for your highest and greatest good. No matter what you're doing. When you're saying a prayer and you're asking for discernment for my highest and greatest good, asking for wisdom for my highest and greatest good, and the good of those that I love, or the good of the lives of those that I touch. Say what you mean, and don't put a whole lot of flowery words with it. Spirit doesn't want to hear a bunch of nonsense, but they do want to know, I need to pay rent. I need money to pay rent. I need money to pay rent before the 1st of June. Right? I need money to pay rent is pretty open-ended. Okay, all right, see what we can get for you, Might have a couple of dollars left over in the ashtray in the car if you want to go check that out, spiritually speaking. We'll send you what we can. See, I need money to pay rent. Oh, well, that's different. I need money. I need money to pay rent. I need money to pay rent by the 1st of the month. You're getting a lot more specific now. If you say, I need money to pay rent by the 1st of this month, 1st of this coming month, 1st of June, 1st of July, whatever, you can expect that you'll get a pretty good answer, and it's generally not no. I have found in my life that when I ask Spirit specifically for exactly what I need, I get exactly what I asked for, exactly when it needs to be there. If I need to have that money on the 1st of the month, something's going to happen on the 31st or even on the 1st. And I'll have that money in my hand. Exactly what I needed. It's happened to me over and over and over in my life. And I'm sure if you look back, you'll see the times that it also happened over and over and over in your lives. And so if you're asking out loud for Spirit to fill your needs, and you're telling them what you want or what you would desire or what you have to have. But then, you know what, though? People expect that there should just be a check land in their hands. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. Spirit sends to us opportunities to get that money. You might get a phone call saying, hey, I really need some help. I hurt my ankle, and I can't walk. But my house is a disaster area, and I've got my grandkids coming over tomorrow. Is there any chance that you would like to come over tomorrow and clean my house for $25, $30? Bet. You go do it, and you clean that house, and you get that extra $25 to pay your rent or whatever it is that you need. Spirit will provide the opportunity for you, or they'll put it straight in your hand. You'll be walking along the street and there's a $20 bill on the ground. There's a $20 bill folded in half, and there's another $5 bill tucked in it. You've got your $25. Spirit can be as as generous, as lenient, as positive, as loving, as encouraging as you need them to be. But they need to know what you need. Spirit has to know what you need in order to provide those things for you. Julie said sometimes it's someone giving. And that's exactly right. I don't necessarily agree with these GoFundMe pages. Sometimes, they were developed for a good reason, to be helpful to other people. I don't even know when GoFundMe came about, but it seemed like it got twisted pretty quickly in the mix. As soon as it was introduced, people were like, oh, hey, go fund my marijuana bag, will you? I need to smoke. Somebody give me money. It's not that easy. Spirit generally will give you what you need to have, when you need to have it. But oftentimes you have to do something. It's not a give and take. It is a give and take, I guess. But it is, I don't know. You know what? If the opportunity come around for you to be digging ditches to earn that extra money, and you're like, man, my body can't take that, and you really consider it, you don't just say, oh no, I'm not digging no damn ditches for money. I'm not going to do that. That's physical labor. You might not get another chance to get that money. But if you consider it seriously and you say, Spirit, my body really, I just don't feel like I can take that kind of work. Can we try something else? Well, chances are they'll say, all right, yeah, we didn't consider that your back was hurting you, but since it is, but generally Spirit knows what's best for us. Spirit connects us with the people that we need to be connected with to get the things that we need. And it does not matter whose hand that help comes from. It does not matter. Because in the end, it was Spirit that led them to give. So remember that. Some people are You know, I wouldn't take a dime from that person. That person's the only one with a dime. So you better go snatch it while you can, while they're offering. And be genuine. Honor that person for doesn't matter who that person is in your life. If they're coming to help you and it's a genuine help, honor them for giving you the assistance that you needed. Just honor them. Tell them thank you. I really appreciate it. You don't have to go in, it would have been nice if you'd have done this 5 months ago when I really, really needed it, but I thank you for doing it. Don't do that crap. Leave the past in the past. Accept that generosity. Accept that gift. Honor it. Pass it forward. And let it go. Julie says, I always have had a hard time with receiving, and I do understand that. I do. But oftentimes it is because of past occurrences, where in order to receive that something, Julie had to give something. And that was when the person who was giving was not in integrity. People who are not in integrity, that means they're not living by their heart. Not in integrity. Lying to themselves about who they are. That's a big one. That's a big one. Dearest you. Isn't it amazing how things seem to come around again, full circle, in ways that you could have not possibly planned? You wonder how a dream could die, only to be resurrected years later when you're really ready. You thought it was time back then, but your wisdom knows better than your small self, whose desires are unmet. Now here you are, with a new opportunity to do things from a different, more mature perspective. And we want you to trust that in this new opportunity for rebirth, you will be called in 2 directions. And the one that is unfamiliar is the one that you should go. In the unknown spaces, the uncharted places of infinite potential, we are waiting to guide you into your fullest life. Big bounty will come if you remain in the present. You've come full circle, and now you can see that everything changes, is made new, and is given new hope. Loving you always. There you go, Julie. And for everyone else, Sheila, Deborah, whoever that resonated with, accept that message. Just accept it as yours because it was for you. Anytime these cards are pulled and something feels good or makes you smile or maybe even pulls a tear out of your eye, well, it's because it was for you. It was meant to do those things. Spirit's sneaky. He is sneaky. Or she. Or they. We'll make it plural. We'll call them they. Oh, man. But Julie, know that when you do things for your highest and greatest good and the highest and greatest good of others, when that is your intention, when you start out, everything that you touch is golden. Everything is done for the highest and greatest good. Can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong with that. So for all of us, when we begin a task, just say a quick blessing for it, and really all you need to do to bless something is just give a positive intention. Maybe say, for our highest and greatest good, I honor this task, this job, this whatever. Honor it for your highest and greatest good, and give thanks to all of those who stand with you every day. Deborah said, thank you, even the money for my mortgage. Thank you. Amen to that, Deborah. Really. The abundance is ours, and we just have to be able to let go of everything else that we're holding on to. And I'm not talking about hope. Sometimes you have to let go to grab onto new hope, though, don't you? If we just let go of the things of this world that we believe we deserve or we earned or is here for our highest and greatest good, and we receive what is really here for our highest and greatest good. The bounty is just amazing. The prosperity, and prosperity in all ways, not just financially, but you want to be prosperous in your health. You want your health to always be good. You want your family ties to always be strong, especially if they're good, if they're for your highest and greatest good. And if they're not, then find what is, and it's okay. It is okay to break away, because you'll always come back again another time. And you can bet that the air will be cooled off a lot when you do come back, and you'll be able to come to a place of agreement. And you can agree to disagree. That's still an agreement. It's still an agreement. If you can come to a place of understanding, but sometimes you have to step away to be able to come back to that place with understanding and with maturity too. So I encourage growth. I encourage you to grow. I encourage you to stretch out and to seek out those unfamiliar places. There's a lot of surprises hiding out there for us. There really are. And they're just waiting to be discovered. What are you passionate about? What makes you smile? What is something that makes your heart beat fast? Where do your passions lie? Because if you can find out what you're passionate about, whether it's painting or nature or walking or running marathons or just sitting quietly with someone that you love, wherever your passions lie, once you discover those, it's like you reignite the fires, and that passion drives you again, and you're forced to discover new things. And to me, that's all part of the experience. That's all part of just living life. That's just a part of who we are. We're supposed to get out there and discover new life and new civilizations, going where no man has gone before. That's supposed to be us, because we truly are limitless. We are limitless. If you see yourself climbing Denali, if you see yourself doing it and you say, that's what I want. I want to climb that mountain. I want to do it in 3 years. So I better start getting ready right now. Because you can't see a goal, set a goal, and then wait for that goal to come to you. You have to go to it. You have to go to it. And so you begin to prepare. You prepare your mind, your body, and your spirit for every task ahead of you to get to that goal. And your spirit along the way, he's talking with your spirit guides, he's talking with your ancestors that have crossed over, your loved ones that have crossed over. And they're saying, hey, we need to get this stuff ready. We need to pull some strings. We need to get this here right now, so that when she's coming across this path, it lands right in her lap. And then we need to get that up there ready for her when she comes up to that. Because she's got a lot of things she's got to do. But she's going to climb that mountain. Just watch and see. I dared her. I even double dared her. And I double dog dared her to do it. So I know she's going to do it, because she never takes down a dare. Oh, Deborah Ann said, I'm thankful I'm up early to watch you live. Got my new antibiotic to get better. Good, good, good. Had closure with my past. Had closure with my past in the moment now. I'm happy to hear that, Deborah. I'm really happy to hear that. Oh, you guys, it is time. It is time. Time for me to get off of here, go wake my husband up, get him ready for the day because we got a lot of things to do. Yesterday I had my poor baby dogs in the kennel for 8 hours. We just got stuck out in the world and we couldn't get back here in time to get them out. They did well, but my goodness sakes, they were sure traumatized. 8 hours. It wasn't even nighttime. Poor babies. Go and have a beautiful day. Celebrate who you are today. Don't celebrate what you have. Don't celebrate what you want. Celebrate you for who you are, because you truly are the most beautiful people I know. You got the greatest hearts. You have the most wise minds. And you're just really spectacular people to hang out with every day. So please go and see in yourself what I see in you. You're really awesome. I love you all very much. Thank you for spending your morning with me. Go have a beautiful day. Love each other. Share that love. Share it abundantly with everyone that you see. Because I'm telling you honestly, when I say